boxing, tennis, golf, and many more.
Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is.
Yes, it's just life, and that is how it is on a beautiful Wednesday morning. If you're still in your bed, it's time to get up, stand up. You are a champion. And if you're in your car this morning, it's time to fasten your seatbelt because we're about to take you on that roller coaster ride through the world of sport. And I will be the anchor driver.
Stand up for the champion.
Yes, I remain your host, the cool cameraman collector, Joe. Simply call me the CCC on the MIC.
For the champion, stand up.
Yes, it's time to get to business this morning. All the way from the world of basketball, where Pacers pen winning script and top Cavs to return to East Finals. Indiana Pacers coach Rick Kalisu put his best in summing up his team's finishing punch in the Eastern Conference semifinals. The winning team write the script, he said.
We have our strengths and weaknesses.
The Pacers 114-105 victory over the Cleveland Cavaliers in Game 5 on Tuesday night was similar to the first two games of the series. The Cavs jumped out of a big first-half lead, but Indiana's quick pace eventually took a toll.
Stand up.
I have to give our guys credit. They end this. Kalisu said that this is one of the best teams in the league. I'm sorry their season had to end like this. They had the perfect season and we came along and we're hot at the right time.
Stand up.
Tyrese Haliburton scored 31 points and Pascal Siakam added 21 as the Pacers reached the conference finals in consecutive years for the first time since 2013 and 2014.
Here we go.
Donovan Mitchell, who missed the second half of Sunday's game due to a sprained left ankle, led Cleveland with 35 points. Evan Mobley added 24 points and 11 rebounds. The top-seeded Cavs swept their first-round series against the Miami Heat, but we were unable to contend with the up-tempo Pacers. We were not favored in one game. The lowest point spread was 5.5, and that was something that fueled the guys to Kalisu said.
Stand up.
The fourth-seeded Pacers were the winner of the matchup between the number 2 seed Boston Celtics and the third-seeded New York Knicks. New York leads that series 3-1 with Game 5 on Wednesday night in Boston.
Stand up.
Indiana is the first team since seeding began to 1984 to reach the conference finals in consecutive years as a 4th seed or lower. Both teams, according to ESPN research, the Pacers reached that round last year as a 6th seed and were swept by the eventual NBA champion Celtics.
It's just like
the Pacers rallied Tuesday from a 19-point deficit in the first half and took control after halftime. They won all 3 games at Cleveland Rockets Arena. It was the first time since 2005 first-round series against Boston that the Pacers won 3 road games in the playoff series.
For the champions, stand up.
Meanwhile, the Cavs dropped 3 home games in the postseason series for the first time. Cleveland stormed out to a 44-25 lead with 8 minutes and seconds remaining in the second quarter, but Haliburton had 5 of his 6 3-pointers in the period as the Pacers got to within 56-52 at halftime. We didn't panic after that rough start to the first quarter. We talked about how we knew that they were going to throw a haymaker there. Haliburton said, but I thought we weathered the storm the right way and got going from there.
Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, can't you see?
Still coming from the world of basketball this morning, where Donovan Mitchell can't believe Cavs exit and he let City down.
Stand up, stand up.
A few minutes after the final buzzer sounded and with the dust just beginning to settle on a 64-win season for the Cleveland Cavaliers that did not produce even a conference finals appearance, Donovan Mitchell returned to the sideline and took a seat on the bench.
Stand up.
He held his phone in his hand, but he wasn't looking at it. Instead, he sat with his lip pursued, his gaze unfixed, and his expression unchanging. I just couldn't believe it, Mitchell said following the Cavs season ending 114-105 loss in Game 5 on Tuesday night. They didn't want to believe it, don't want to believe it, still don't want to believe it.
We have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh,
The Cavaliers led the Eastern Conference all season, starting 15-0 and racking up 3 10-game winning streaks en route to finishing with the second-best record in franchise history. Yet they were upset by the Indiana Pacers in the Eastern Conference semifinal in a 4-1 series loss.
Stand up for the champ.
Indiana, after winning all 3 series games in Cleveland, will face the Boston Celtics or New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Cavs hadn't lost consecutive home games at any point this season and blew a 19-point first-half lead on Tuesday.
For the champions, for the champions.
I love playing in that arena, Mitchell said. That energy, that crowd. We were 0-3 at home and let the city down. This place is special. This place is really special, and we didn't get it done.
Now it's just
The Cavaliers became the 4th team in the NBA history to win at least 64 games in regular season and not advance past the second round per ESPN research.
weaknesses. Oh,
Mitchell had been the Cavs' best offensive player all series, averaging 34.2 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 3.8 assists. Despite through a left ankle injury, which he aggravated at halftime in Game 4, still Mitchell gutted out a 34-point performance in Game 5, despite shooting 8 of 25 from the field, 4 of 13 on three-pointers.
stand up for the champ.
In his career, Mitchell has averaged 28.3 points in the playoffs, the 7th highest in NBA history. He has played in the postseason in all 8 seasons of his career, finishing on a team with the best record in the conference twice, but he still has never made it past the second round.
Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who
Yes, living the world of basketball this morning, taking you into the world of golf.
it is, cause we have our
The latest coming from the world of golf this morning, Rory McIlroy held it down under for 2025-2026 Australian Open.
make way for me. Stand up for the champ.
5-time major champion and career Grand Slam winner Rory McIlroy will headline the Men's Australia Open with a tournament to be played in Melbourne for the next 2 years.
Champions for the champions.
Royal Melbourne on the Melbourne Sound Bell will host the tournament from December 4 to 7, while nearby Kingston Health be the home of the Open in 2026.
Stand up.
McIlroy's return to Australia comes off the back of his historic win at the 2025 Masters Tournament to complete the career Grand Slam, with the world number 2 committing to the next 2 years down under.
Here we go, it's getting
The last time the 35-year-old appeared at the Australian Open was in 2014 when McIlroy defended the Stove-Avin Cup the year after he went head-to-head with Adam Scott in 2013 to eventually be crowned champion.
have vision, can't you
I am proud to be committing to the Australian Open for the next 2 years, especially with it being played on the world-class Melbourne Sunbelt, somewhere I've always wanted to play professionally, McIlroy said in a statement.
stand up, stand up.
The success of the Australian Open is important for the global game, and I am incredibly confident it will thrive again this year, especially with it being staged in one of the world's greatest sporting cities and one of the 2 finest golf courses in the world. Over the next 2 years, the Royal Melbourne Golf Club and Kingston Health Golf Club. Golf Australia CEO Jim Sutherland said the appearance of the Northern Irishman would help elevate the status of the tournament.
It's getting close. Now
Rory McIlroy, one of the best to ever play our game, playing on the world-renowned Melbourne Sandbird, is a mouth-watering proposition for golf fans, said Sutherland.
it says, oh, I
We are committed to elevating the status of our national championship, and this announcement is a significant step in the direction.
for the champ.
The Australian Open is moving away from its previous combined events, with the date and venue of the Women's Australian Open and Australian All Abilities Championship to be confirmed at a later date.
Champions, stand up.
We are confident that the revised format with individuals, men's, women's, and all abilities events will give each event their own platform to showcase the incredible talent in golf, said Sutherland.
Champions for the champions, stand up.
Yes, taking you away from the world of golf and taking you into the ring this morning, where it's all about pound for pound, and right about now we are in the world of boxing.
That's how it is, cause we have our
Yes, the latest coming from the world of boxing this morning. Alvarez Crawford fight moving to September 13th with venue TBD.
way for me. Stand up for the champions, for the
The mega fight between the undisputed super middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez and unbeaten 4th division champion Terence Crawford has moved from September 12th to September 13th.
stand up
The venue originally announced for the fight, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, is also likely to change. Turki Al-Sheikh, Saudi Arabia's chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, made the announcement to Ring Magazine on Tuesday. Al-Sheikh purchased the magazine last year. The fight will be the first event promoted by the Al-Sheikh and UFC CEO Dana White TKO Boxing Promotion.
That's how it is, 'cause we have our strengths.
The Friday date, September 12th, was originally announced so as to not compete with the Saturday slate of college football games. Rescheduling to Saturday also puts Alvarez Crawford up against UFC 320, branded as Noche UFC, tentatively scheduled to take place in Mexico in celebration of Mexican Independence Day.
For the champions, for the champions.
The Riyadh season event could land in 5 potential locations across New York City, Los Angeles, or Las Vegas. Rig Magazine posted on X. UNLV is scheduled to host Idaho State and Allegiant Stadium on September 13. There was no reason provided for the date and venue change, but White recently told Carlos Legaspi of ESPN Deportes that he hates the idea of Alvarez Crawford happening at a stadium instead of an arena.
It's just like
when they say we are promoting it, I am doing the promotion, the production, the event ops, the public relations, everything to do with the fight, just like a UFC fighter, White said over the weekend, while at the same time promoting UFC Noche, it will all be the same weekend.
for the champions.
In addition to the venue date and change, the fight will now be available on pay-per-view rather than streaming on an alternative broadcast opinion.
Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up.
Leaving the world of boxing this morning, taking you with speed, energy, and pace into the world of Formula One.
Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's
The latest coming from the world of Formula One this morning. Formula One pundit Martin Brundle giving Order of British Empire honor.
and the weaknesses. Oh, I have vision.
Formula One pundit Martin Brundle has received an Order of the British Empire OBE from the British royal family.
For the champions, for the champions.
Former driver Brundle, the famed creator of the F1 pre-race grid walk, was honored for his services to motor racing and sport broadcasting.
Stand up for the champions.
Prince William, the heir to the British throne, presented him with the award on Windsor Castle on Tuesday. Brundle has become a mainstay of Formula One broadcast since he first conducted pre-race interviews on the grid at the 1997 British Grand Prix. Before a race, Brundle is now joined by dozens of other journalists from other companies doing the same thing. The Britain's awkward moment on the grid, such as his viral back and forth with Megan Thee Stallion ahead of the US Grand Prix in 2021, or when he mistook Paolo Banchero for Patrick Mahomes ahead of the 2022 Miami Grand Prix, have only helped increase the popularity of his off-the-cuff star.
For the champions, for the champions. Stand up.
Speaking after getting the award, Brundle told Sky Sport News, it made me feel very lucky and very privileged because always something like this you receive on behalf of an awful lot of other people, because either they were designing and creating and fixing my racing cars or working with us in the broadcasting industry.
Stand up for the champions, for the champions.
You can do anything on your own at the level of Formula One. I have been very lucky to have 2 careers in F1 as a driver and a broadcaster, which this award has been presented for. When the letter came through just before Christmas, I was ecstatic.
Sit most. It's just
Explaining the format, he's become famous for. Brundle said it's grown into its own thing over time. We are only there to tell the story. The stories about the cars and the drivers, and we are there to explain what is a fast-moving and highly complex sport. We try to find people, we talk, and I think because of it's a bit edgy and sometimes it fails miserably, I think people are kind of leaving it if I'm having a good day or a bad day.
for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions.
Yes, living the world of Formula One this morning, taking you into the court. Yes, it's all about the outdoor game and it's all about the world of tennis.
Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just
Yes, coming from the world of tennis this morning, Jannik Sinner passes Italian Open test versus Francisco Cerundolo.
strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision.
Top-ranked Jannik Sinner passed the big test in his return from a 3-month doping ban, beating accomplished clay court player Francisco Cerundolo 7-6, 6-3 on Tuesday to reach the Italian Open quarterfinals.
Stand up, stand up,
The
stand
18-ranked Cerundolo has a tournament best 18 wins on clay this year and was coming off a run to the Madrid Open semi-finals. Also, Cerundolo beat Sinner when the last met on the same court and on the same round 2 years ago. It's Sinner's first tournament since he won his third Grand Slam title at the Australian Open in January, and he hasn't dropped a set in 3 matches. Today I felt that I raised my level. Sinner said it was a very long day, but I need this. I'm happy to be back. I was 3 months out, so every situation for me, I feel very fortunate to be here, very lucky.
just life, that's how it is. Cause we have our strength.
Sinner extended his winning streak to 24 matches dating back to October, and he said that reaching the quarterfinals was a great result, adding that for the first tournament, I am very, very happy. In February, Sinner agreed to a settlement with the World Anti-Doping Agency that raised some questions since the 3-month suspension conveniently allowed him not to miss any Grand Slams and come back at his home tournament.
Champions, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up.
Still in the world of tennis this morning, 2015 champion Wawrinka Gasquet get French Open wildcard. 3-time major champion Stan Wawrinka and French veteran Richard Gasquet were among 8 men given a wildcard entries Tuesday for the French Open.
Once at most, it's just life, that's how.
Wawrinka, who turned 40 in March, won the Australian Open in 2014 for the first Grand Slam singles title and added major wins at the French Open in 2015 and the 2016 US Open.
For me is to stand
The Swiss player has battled injuries in recent years and has dropped to number 132 in the ATP rankings. Gasquet will be playing his final tournament in Paris. The 30-year-old Frenchman, who reached a career best ranking of number 7 back in 2007, was once regarded as a potential Grand Slam winner but could never get past the semi-finals at any major. Gasquet reached the Wimbledon semi-finals twice and was also a semi-finalist at the US Open. He claimed 16 tour titles and was a member of the France team that won the 2017 Davis Cup.
Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. Cause we have our
Yes, leaving the world of tennis this morning and taking you into the world of the round leather game of soccer.
I'm on the move, make way for me. Stand up,
Man United Ruben Amorim to pay for staff to attend UEL finals.
stand up, stand up for the champions.
Ruben Amorim has paid for 30 of his Manchester United backroom staff to take their families to next week Europa League final in Bilbao, Spain, after being told by the club that his coaches, physios and support team would have to pay for their own ticket, sources have told ESPN.
For the champions, stand
United will play Tottenham Hotspur in Bilbao on May 21 with the prize of Europa League glory accompanied by a place in next season's Champions League for
now it's just who wants.
However, the United hierarchy are continuing with a raft of cost-cutting measures that include axing up to 200 jobs at Old Trafford this summer and have made 2 tickets for Bilbao available for staff to purchase rather than fund a complimentary trip to the final.
For me is to stand up.
In contrast, Champions League finalist Paris Saint-Germain confirmed last week that they would pay for 600 members of staff to attend their game against Inter. 15,000 allocation for the game at Estadio San Mamés.
For the champions.
Players have only been allocated 2 tickets each, while family members and friends will not have their travel costs covered. But sources have said that Amorim, who brought several members of his Sporting CP staff to Old Trafford when he took charge of United last November, has stepped in to pay for his support team. This includes low-paid members of staff as a reward and recognition for their contribution and commitment during a difficult 6 months at the club.
Oh, I have vision.
Sources have said that when it was made clear to Amorim that the club would not pay for tickets for his coaches and staff, he told the United hierarchy that he would fund the cost to ensure that every member could take up 2 friends or family.
Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions.
Yes, still in the world of football, Nottingham Forest Taiwo Awoniyi placed in induced coma. Nottingham Forest striker Taiwo Awoni has been placed in an induced coma after undergoing urgent surgery on an abdominal injury, according to multiple British reports on Tuesday.
Getting close.
The Nigeria international was injured when he collided with the goal frame after coming on as a second-half substitute during the 2-2 draw against Leicester on Sunday.
Strengths and weaknesses.
The injury was the subject of a heavily debated on-field discussion between the club's manager and owner.
Wait for me to stand up.
Awoni was placed in an induced coma to aid his recovery from Monday's operation by helping to restrict his movement and regulate his heart rate. Britain's PA news agency reported the second part of his surgery is scheduled to completed on Wednesday, according to the BBC.
For the champions.
Forest has released a statement after Awoni's surgery saying he was recovering well. The team has 2 games left in the Premier League at West Ham and at home to Chelsea as they seek to qualify for the Champions League. After the game against Leicester, Forest owner Evangelos Marinakis entered the field and remonstrated with manager Nuno Espirito Santo.
Now it's just who.
Espirito Santo and Marinakis was frustrated because of a miscommunication between the bench and medical staff after the injury to Awoni.
Oh, I have
After receiving treatment, the 27-year-old striker signaled it was okay to continue. Espirito Santos left him on and immediately made his final substitution, taking off Elliot Anderson for Jota Silva in the first minute of stoppage time.
stand up.
However, Awoniyi was in discomfort for the rest of the game, effectively leaving Forest down to 10 players and hampering its hope of a winner. In its statement, Forest said Marinakis' post-match reaction was one of deep care, responsibility and emotional investment in one of our own. In moments like that, he demonstrates his leadership not just through words but through action and presence. The statement read in the final 10 minutes of the game, when he saw a player clearly in discomfort, struggling through visible pain, it became increasingly difficult for him to stay on the sidelines.
Just like that's how it is.
His deep frustration at seeing a player lying on the ground, the severe pain, something no one with genuine care could ignore, triggered him to go onto the pitch. It was instinctive, human, and a reflection of just how much this team and its people mean to him.
The champions for the
Marinakis relinquished his position as a person with significant control of Forest in recent weeks as the club closed in on unlikely Champions League qualifications.
for the champions. Stand
UEFA has rules to bar clubs from its competition in any season if owners have the decisive influence over two clubs which qualify. Marinakis is also president of Olympiacos, who have qualified as Greek champions.
stand up.
With 2 rounds of the season to go, Forest at 7, 1 point behind 5th place Chelsea. The top 5 will qualify for the Champions League.
Oh, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. Stand up for the
Still coming in the world of football, where Sunderland advanced to promotion playoff final versus Sheffield United.
stand up.
Sunderland will face Sheffield United in the Championship playoff final after Daniel Ballard's header in the final seconds of extra time snatched a 1-1 home draw against Coventry City on Tuesday to secure a 3-2 aggregate victory.
For the champions.
The hosts were closing in on the place in the May 24 final at Wembley after Friday's 2-1 first leg win, but Coventry's Efron Marcin Clark leveled the tie 15 minutes from time, beating his marker to score with a low shot.
Getting close. Now it's
While Frank Lampard's Coventry looked the better team throughout, Sunderland came alive in extra time, and Ballard sent the Stadium of Light into raptures in the 123rd minute, rising to crash home a header from Enzo Lefi's corner.
I'm on the move, make
Sunderland, who were winless in their final 6 regular season games, knew the dangers of getting ahead of themselves, having had a 2-1 advantage after the first leg of their 2022-23 playoff semi-final against Luton Town, only to lose the return leg fixture 2-0.
stand up for the champions.
Regis Lebris' side will hope to return to the Premier League for the first time since 2000, and commercial revenue and much more if the team was to survive the first season back in the top flight.
How it is, 'cause we have
For Sheffield United, the uplift will be an estimated $180 million as the club is still benefiting from parachute payment from the last time the team was in the Premier League in 2023-24 season.
for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the
Yes, it's time to take our leave and take our bags out of the studios this morning. It's been a wonderful time on air with our esteemed listeners. Like I do say, if not for anything, make sure you do some sport. And regardless of whatever happens today, always remember that you are a champion. Have a great day and stay blessed.
It's just life, that's how it is. Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just
you are listening to JDN 101.5 FM. Broadcasting for all.